Well, we're here again. Well, you're there and I'm here. It's like one big happy family, isn't it? The Massive Joes and BSN sponsored athlete Jake Nikolopoulos here again. Another episode of Road to the Universe. So this is episode number 9. Number 8, if you watched that was me at the FitX weekend. Had an awesome weekend at FitX. Got to meet so many people. So first and foremost, I'd like to say thank you to everyone, each and every single one of you that came up, shook my hand, said hello, and are following my progress. That's something that I was never really expected when I first got into bodybuilding, that I would, have that sort of effect on anybody. So I'm still a little bit blown away by that. So thank you all for coming up. It was a big weekend. I got to work alongside Flex Lewis, which was pretty cool. I really look up to his physique. I think he's got an amazing shape. And after spending time with him on the weekend, he's just a really nice guy too. It's like talking to one of your mates, very easy to get along with. So on the Monday after FitX, I got the opportunity to be able to train with Flex. So he put me through a back workout, and man, that was a dream come true, and he killed me. So people that I train in my gym, if you're watching this, now I know how you guys feel when I train you, because I felt a little bit sick training back, and that hasn't happened to me for a long time. So I'm sure you'll all get some sort of pleasure out of hearing that. But so that was that weekend. And in a few weeks' time, we're going to be at Filex. It's going to be another 3-day event. So, okay, so in Road to the Universe tradition, I'm going to answer a few questions before you guys see my leg workout that I did yesterday. Okay, so here we go. Dale Owen says, what tips would you give to increase appetite when trying to add size? Dale, I'd have to say the best advice that I can give to you would be try to get all of your meals from whole food. You can't beat whole food. Whole food is the best thing you can eat always. And then of course, when you're trying to add a lot of size, you've got to get a lot of calories in. It's very hard to eat a lot of carbohydrates and get a lot of calories from just clean food alone. So that's when you'll have to add in the shakes. Obviously you can have a mass gainer shake. You can have the True Mass from BSN, which is available at massivejoes.com. Hey, how's that for product placement? But something like that. You can have the weight gainers. You can even make your own if you want. You can put your bananas in there. You can put your oats in there. What I'm trying to say is, to have liquid meals and stuff on top when you're gaining mass and in the off season, I think it's almost essential, because I've tried it myself. It's almost impossible to get enough oats and sweet potato and rice and things like that to be able to make up enough. I've got a fast metabolism, so I just can't get that what I need out of just eating whole foods. But I try to eat probably 5 solid meals, and then I'll have maybe 2 or 3 shakes as well. And now if it's a product like BSN's True Mass, there's 90 grams of carbs per serve. If I'm having 3 of them, that's an extra almost 300 grams of carbs that I'm having at the end of the day. So they definitely do play a huge part in trying to get those calories in there. So in terms of increasing your appetite, just keep eating, man. It's not fun. That's probably the worst part I find with bodybuilding, is having to eat so much food. It's hard. It's a bit of a chore sometimes, having to sit down every 2 hours and eat massive meals, but that's what it's all about. Like a lot of you know, nutrition is such a huge part of bodybuilding, and you got to get that food down. Just having protein shakes and stuff isn't going to cut it. Whole food, and then you add these shakes and stuff on top to be able to reach the calories that you need at the end of the day. So that's the answer to that, Dale. What do we have here? I have Reese Marshall. A question he sent in is, do you get equal muscle soreness in your entire body? I think I work all my muscle groups at equal intensity, yet feel a hell of a lot sorer in some muscles than others. I definitely get sore the same in every muscle. When I train them, because I'm always trying to push myself, you know. I think some people always, you know, they change their workouts or they do it for a month and then they change it, you know, because they think they're not getting sore anymore. But what I try to, well, like I say, in all of my videos, guys, I'm just giving you my advice and what I think. So don't put any science behind what I say, because there's not. It's just what's worked for me, okay? So what I find, your body doesn't know what exercise you're doing. You know, your body doesn't know you're doing incline bench press or, you know, whatever. Your body knows the load and the intensity that and the stress that you're putting on the muscle. So I don't think it's really necessary to change your workouts all the time. Maybe changing the rep ranges and things like that's a little bit different to stimulate the muscles in a different way. But the actual exercises, you know, like I said, your body doesn't know what exercise you're doing. So just train as hard as you can all the time. The only time that I can see that changing your workouts and stuff helps is because you're getting bored with the other training, and then once you start the new training program, you know, you give that 100% effort and intensity. But if you just always give it 100% effort and intensity, you should be sore on anything that you do. And that's sort of how I am with my training. You know, I don't change my training. Off-season, training for contest, exercises are the same, workouts are the same. So, you know, but I'm hungry to always improve, so I always want to push it. And you know, I'll do whatever I can in that workout to make sure that take myself to complete exhaustion. So that's my answer for that. Here's a good one. Jake O'Keefe says, "Hi bro, can I still develop some impressive legs without doing squats? My knees really restrict me doing squats." Of course you can. You know, you don't need to have squats in the workout. Squats are obviously an all-round leg workout. It'd be awesome if you could do them. You know, I still think that squats should be a staple in everybody's leg workout. But if you can't, you can't. And you can definitely get away with it. You can do your hack squats, you can do leg presses. I'm not sure if hack squats aggravate your knee either, but you know, hack squats are a great way to do it. Leg press is a great way to do it. And then just leg extensions and walking lunges and stuff, not so much, you know, because you want to be, obviously, you need to have a load on the muscle to be able to stimulate the muscle growth. So the leg press and the hack squat would probably be the best alternative for that. But you know, you definitely can. You definitely can build some impressive legs with them. I don't think Dorian Yates ever did squats, so don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that Dorian Yates wasn't a big believer in squats. He rather just did the isolation exercises. So that's that. What do we got here? I have a question from Brandon Leonard Wilson. It says, "Hey Jake, what advice would you give to someone that's starting to become a bodybuilder?" It's funny that you say you're starting to become a bodybuilder. I'm not sure what age you are, but you know, you shouldn't even have that mindset at the start that you're starting to be a bodybuilder. Like it's something that sort of comes over time. It's not something that, you know, you just start out saying, "I'm going to be a bodybuilder." Most of the guys that I know that do that, you know, they all crash and they all burn out, and they don't last. You know, this should be something that it's a lifestyle. You enjoy training with your friends and things at the start, and then slowly it progresses into other things, into bodybuilding competitions. But you know, I never started out saying, you know, I'm going to be a bodybuilder. You know, it was just, I liked to train. I liked the look of muscles. I wanted to grow them bigger, and then you know, eventually it turned into me jumping on stage and competing at bodybuilding competitions. But the best advice that I could give to you is probably balance. You know, have balance in your life. I can't tell you how many bodybuilders don't have balance in their lives. They don't have social lives outside of the gym. Their friends obviously don't understand what they're doing in bodybuilding, and they sort of take offense to that. And you know, they don't want to socialize with other people that aren't sort of in the bodybuilding industry. And you know, it's a sad life for some people to be bodybuilders. You know, they throw away friends, they throw away family. And at the end of the day, once you've got rid of this sport, or if you get injured, or if something happens, you know, you've got nothing left. You've got no family to go to. And this is very, very common for bodybuilding, because it is such a selfish sport. It's very common for guys to throw away all of their friends, and they rely on their fan base and, you know, Facebook friends, you know, that they're their true friends. But that's some of the best advice that I could probably give you. You know, have balance in your life. Go out with your friends. Go to parties. You know, do what you got to do and keep doing your bodybuilding. If it's meant to be, it'll be. You know, your body's going to show it, and you'll just know after years of training, and you'll get better and better, and you'll improve. But you don't have to throw away your whole social life and things to be a good bodybuilder. Most of the great bodybuilders, you know, you can see them at a young age what they're gonna be and what they're gonna achieve. So, you know, just like I said, have balance in your life. Don't throw everything away for a sport. What else do I have here? Tim McNaughton says, how much cardio do you suggest during the off season, if any, and what's your thoughts towards fasted cardio? Cardio during the off season is only something I've started doing probably the last 6 months, and you know, I would do probably 3 sessions of 25-30 minutes a week. Now I'm doing this for cardiovascular health, obviously for my heart, being heavier in the off season, taking a lot more calories, having a higher body fat level. You know, it's a strain on your cardiovascular system. So doing it a few times a week, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to be crazy. You're not going to be dying on the treadmill, but it's going to keep that cardiovascular health. And then, as far as in the morning goes, I always do fasted cardio when I'm getting ready for a pre-contest. Now, I don't know the science behind it. I don't know exactly why, but I do know that it works, and I know that because it's been tried and tested myself. So I always do fasted cardio in the mornings. I find that that's the best way for me to lose the fat. I'll probably do 45 minutes. I'll wake up in the morning, I'll have a black coffee, I'll have some fat burners, or whatever I have to have in the morning, and then I'll jump straight on the treadmill. 45 minutes, and you know, and I'll do that all the way up until the comp. And you know, sometimes I'll have to add another session in at night time as it does get closer and I want to lose even more body fat. But I find doing it fasted cardio, when your body hasn't got any food to pull from in the morning, it's going to pull just from those fat stores. So, like I said, I don't know the science behind it, but it definitely works for me. Look, that's pretty much it for questions, guys. I've got a ton more questions that came in from guys. I won't delete them. I'll print them out and I'll keep them for the next episode, just so that I don't drag this on for too long and bore you guys too much. So hang around now. I'll show you the leg workout that I did, and you'll see as well this leg workout that you're going to see. I pretty much split my leg workout into 2 workouts. Like I've said on my videos before, my hamstrings, my calves, they're my weakest body groups. So I trained my hamstrings first yesterday, which I always do on leg day. And then when it comes to quads, I do it a little bit differently sometimes. I do, this particular workout that you're going to see that I did yesterday, I did a little bit higher reps on everything. I did, I think 15 to 20 reps on some exercises. And I'll do a whole workout like that, and then the next workout I'll probably just warm up on leg extensions and go straight into squats and try to squat as heavy as I can. But you'll see, I still did, like on squats, I'm not a crazy heavy squat, I'm not really that strong on squats, but you'll see I did 3 plates either side, whatever that works out to, for like 15 reps, and then I'll do 4 plates either side, and I did that for 11 or 12. Now that was pyramiding up the whole way. Like I did 1 plate for 30 reps, 2 plates for 20, 3 plates for 15, 4 plates for 12. So I try to get a lot of volume in there and try to take almost every set to failure. I found that's an awesome way that I got my legs to grow, doing the higher rep stuff. Even when I went to the hack squat, leg press, higher rep stuff. But not all the time. I'll still come in and warm up and just do a crazy heavy leg workout, obviously to try to maintain as much thickness and mass as possible as well. So hang around, check out the leg video, guys.
So here's the leg workout, guys. I always start my leg workout with a warm-up, whether I'm doing the cross trainer, whether I do some cardio on the treadmill, or whether I just run out of the room because there's a spider on the wall. You know, it doesn't matter. As long as I do something to warm up, get a bit of blood in my legs, warm up the knees. Then from there, I always stretch. So I either stretch pretty much the whole body, you know. Do my lower back, I do my glutes, do my hamstrings, quads, calves, even do a little bit of chest and stuff as well for when I have to squat. Sort of really opens everything up as well. So stretching, I think, is very important before legs. And as you all know, I said to you all, my hamstrings, it's my weakest body group, and my calves. So that's why I'm training them first. I always train them first on quad day. I don't care if I haven't got as much energy for squats and things like that. I really want to use all of my energy on these exercises for hammies. So I normally start with a hamstring curl like I'm doing now, and I let my upper body sort of stay off the pad a little bit. So I'm trying to hit a lot more of just the hamstring, not just glutes and the upper part of the hammy as well. So, and I do the rest pause as well, where I'll do as many reps as I can, and then I'll sort of stop, catch my breath, let the muscle recover a little bit, and then keep going. But I find with even now that I'm doing the stiff-legged deadlifts there, I just try to keep this tension on the muscle as long as I can. And then when it gets really hard and I can't do any more, I'll just come up the top, have a couple of deep breaths, and then I'll just go straight back into it again. You know, and then again here you see me doing the seated hammy curl. You know, you try to treat the hamstring like a bicep. You know, that's how I have always trained it. I keep the tension on the muscle and sort of don't let it rest until I really, really need to. So exactly the same as like I'd be training biceps. You know, I don't hyperextend it, overextend it. I just keep the tension on the muscle the whole time until it really, really burns, and then I'll do a few of those, you know, forced reps and things like that. But now it's just sort of more like a rest pause. I just rest and I'll keep doing a few more, pause again, do a few more, you know, as many as I can. So I also did a standing hamstring curl as well. I did about 4 or 5 sets of standing hamstrings, but me being a dickhead every now and then, I forgot to record it on the camera. I thought I pushed record, but I obviously didn't. So I did that, and then now I've gone into warm up my knees on a leg extension. Now, as today is more sort of a little bit more high intensity than normal, I go a little bit higher with the rep ranges. So the weights, you know, the weights aren't real light and they're not crazy heavy either, but it's enough to, you know, to make me fail before probably about 20 on this, and then I'll do rest pause, you know, all the way up until probably 30. 30 reps is usually a guide for me to go on leg extensions. Just, I'm not trying to do them to build my quads. I'm doing them just to get a lot of blood in there so that I don't have any knee pain or any problems when I do my squatting and my leg pressing. So now I've gone over to the leg press. With my leg pressing as well, you know, I don't go crazy heavy on it, but I do a lot more reps. You know, I do 20s, 30s. I pretty much, sometimes I go up to 40s as well. But I wouldn't go any lower than 20 sort of on my high intensity day. You know, I'll go sort of as heavy as I can, and I'll still do the same, you know, the rest pauses as well. Do as many as I can, keeping my quads under tension, let them rest a little bit, and then just keep going for it again. And then even if I have to start doing one at a time rest pause, you know, I'll do that. Whatever I can just to get as much blood in my legs as possible. And then I'll squat after that. You know, squats, I'm not starting with them because obviously I'm trying to pre-fatigue them, and then I'm doing like you know, I still go pretty heavy on them, but I'm not, you know, I'm not a crazy squatter. I'm not ridiculously strong on squats, but I like to do, you know, a higher rep range. I find it really, really gets my legs pumped. And, you know, like now I've got 3 plates either side, and I'm doing that for, you know, like 15 reps. And then I'll go up to 4 plates, which I got now, and I think I did that for 11 reps. Now I do use the knee wraps after three plates. I find that just gets the tension off that knee joint, and just I can still put a lot more emphasis on my quads. You know, but this is all, it's like I said, it's a bit more high intensity, so this is hard. I did 1 plate for 30 reps, 2 plates for 20, 3 for 15, and then I did 4 for 11, and then I was pretty much done in the squat rack. But that's the sort of workout that I did on this particular day. Another day I might come into the gym, I'll just do leg extensions and then just go straight to the squat, and obviously, you know, use heavier weights and just try to get as much thickness in the legs as I can. But you know, that does, after a while, it irritates my knees, so I change it up and I do these workouts as well, and I find these are very effective. And the hack squat I find is a great way to finish off after the squats, because, you know, the upper body, your core, everything's pretty tired from, you know, holding on to a heavy load when I did all the barbell squats. So being into a machine, really isolating the quads, it's great to do after squats, I find. So you don't have to worry about your upper body, you don't have to worry about dropping the weight. You just lay in there and just really go crazy on your quads and just get as much blood pumped into them as you can. And then from there, so my rep range with the hack squats was probably 15 to 20. And then I did walking lunges, you know, with the dumbbells. And that was, you know, my legs are already fatigued and full of blood by then, but this is just real good finish off to just make sure that I get blood in every part of my leg, really glutes, hamstrings, quads. This is just, I love finishing on walking lunges. And I'll do up and back in my gym, probably works out to about 20 steps one way, 20 steps the other. So 40 steps works out to, you know, 20 either leg. So, you know, but that sort of, this is my high intensity workout. Next time I train legs, I'll try to film for you guys just more of a straight out heavy leg workout. But I don't do that all the time. This is probably the majority of the time that I do with my leg training, and then I'll squat real heavy probably once every couple of workouts. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Well, that winds up the end of that episode, guys. Episode number 9. You guys got to come into my gym, Jake's Muscle Factory. You got to see how I train legs. You saw sort of one of my standard sort of leg workouts. So Massive Joe's and BSN sponsored athlete Jake Nikolopoulos. And don't forget, if you want to get massive and you want to stay massive, you got to go to massivejoes.com. They've got some pretty cool stuff down there. Get all your sups down there. Even if you don't want to buy supplements, you just want to get advice on training. You want to see some training programs. You want to see athlete interviews. It's all there. So hit them up, guys, and I'll see you next time. See ya.